leave a message after the tone.
You got 7 questions due. Your life is going down the tubes. What do you do when you need advice? This is where it gets good. Good night.
What am I fighting for?
So turn your lights, pick up the phone and leave a message for the new clan.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan After Dark. I am your non-Musashi completing host, Caleb Schweiss.
Caleb Craig.
And this is Cameron.
And this is Zach.
I shouldn't say "and" anymore.
Yeah, unless you want to go last, you could always. It's weird now with the seating order, though.
Yeah. And that was not a mic drop worthy moment, just so you know.
Yeah.
My name is Caleb.
Not quite. So, I didn't get Musashi done. I'll try to get it done this week. Should have enough time to do that. Liking it, but I'll have more opinions till the review.
Yeah, it's good. I did finish it, and I do want to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm holding that up. It's a big
did you finish it,
motherfucker. That's for sure.
Because I'm not going to. I'm going to listen to what you guys' review is, and the next book I will jump in on.
Okay.
Have you an Audible account?
I do. I'm reading Dune right now on Audible, actually.
Oh, nice. All right, let's see what we have. It looks like we have one question from a repeat caller, so let's see what they've asked.
Yo, Nude Clan, what up? This is Jared in Arizona. So I got a situation I'm in. I recently got a new job about 6 months ago. The new job's going well. You know, it's a multicultural IT call center. You know, it's going well for the most part. We're just getting our experience. You know, be able to actually use our degree once we have experience. But so the main supervisor, the main manager of the call center, she was having some problems with the bilingual agents here, and basically, you know, they were using Spanish as a way to get away with using, like, speaking bad about people without that or anything, and, you know, cursing up a storm without people knowing. Obviously, you know, you kind of tell when someone's just like, yo, fucking pendejo over there, or, you know, they go crazy. But so recently we had a meeting, and she just said she doesn't want, if you're not on the call with a customer, you're not allowed to speak Spanish in the call center floor. So right now, I feel like there's about to be a revolution in this area. You know, I'm not sure. I don't want to get, you know, destroyed or killed because, you know, I have no problem with them speaking Spanish. I think they should respect other people a little bit more. I'm fine with that, you know. But I'm not sure what's going to happen. What should I do in this situation? I'm thinking I should just lay low. That's my plan. Or maybe I should find a new job. I don't know. You guys tell me. Thanks for listening.
No more job advice.
All right. What he actually needs to do is learn Spanish and join the revolution.
It's Remember the Alamo. Remember the Alamo.
Oh, man. I mean, you have nothing to worry about. You can lay low and let the PR battle ensue. It's, you know, I don't know. This day and age, it's hard. You can't say stuff like that. You can't put that sort of restriction on people like that. In my mind, my opinion is just have, you know, the bilinguals have a different manager who speaks Spanish than the rest of the crew. I know they're all kind of technically the same thing, but just their supervisor, if you want to monitor what they're saying and stuff, just have a manager there who can crack down on that and not have a blanket statement, you can't speak your language here at the workplace.
Yeah,
That seems like an HR problem.
It is an HR problem.
That's pretty racist, and I feel like they could be easily sued.
Easily. 100%.
So,
Agreed.
Like, that was a stupid thing.
Just start talking shit in English. Who cares? Everyone can understand
You could be Schweiss and just talk that way in his language.
Yeah.
I mean, that is his language. at
I don't
work,
know
so.
if that's racist necessarily.
No.
I can see.
Well, assuming that most of the people who are bilingual in his place are Hispanic, then yeah, it would be.
That's not really a. All right, so I don't know. I don't know if that's really a racist thing. It's hard because.
Well, I mean,
But it can be construed that way. I can see
it
where
could be
he was
easily
coming from.
construed that way.
Right.
Yeah.
And I can definitely see a revolution happening because of that. And that was a mistake on the
See,
manager's part.
the problem with having to have a manager that's.
I know. You have
that's
to pay.
you'd have to promote one of these people.
You know, not necessarily.
I mean-
You could hire outside.
And why would you promote a Mexican?
Yeah, it's
like the look on your.
promotion.
Get yourself a beret.
You
and
already
shave
got
Rivera.
a promotion. You're in America. It's the ultimate promotion. No, I really though, like it's tough because
They're probably.
I
born
agree with
in
the
America.
sentiment. I don't know. I mean, the English is our pretty much our. I know Hispanics that are first generation Americans that don't know Spanish. It's
Well,
really
Spanish
weird.
is basically our second language for
and
our
then
country.
America has
so-
no national language.
we should just make English the national language.
Should be Pig Latin.
Big Latin.
Yeah,
I
just
don't
something
know
obscure,
why. I don't
something
know why
out
we
there.
haven't done that. It's weird.
Well, it's going to be Russia pretty soon. Or Russian, I guess, is the right way to say.
Just return to like straight up Latin.
If we can't defeat their '60s
Revive
tech,
dead
I guess we
languages.
deserve it. No, I don't know. It's tough because it is annoying, and that stuff does happen a lot. I mean,
any workplace I worked in, it just feels like you have a language that no one knows what you're talking in besides, your friends and stuff like that. Spanish, it's harder to get away with because
it's Latin based.
that, but then, since it's everywhere here, we pick up on.
What they should do is they should give every one of the employees those little like automatic translators things that Google's working on. So you're like, oh, Maria, bitch, I heard that.
Yeah,
And it's just like real time. You hear everyone talking shit. It's
The
great.
thing is, I say is you don't make a blanket statement. You can't speak Spanish. Just say, you're just going to hold them to the same, company policies as everyone else. And if you know that they're cursing up a storm, then yeah, that's, if you write up someone doing it in English, then you write up someone doing it in Spanish, and you leave it at that.
Yeah.
You don't say, you can't speak Spanish in the workplace, because that's,
I can see wanting to say that though, because
Yeah.
it is annoying, and and I know that it happens. It's not Spanish at my work; it's mostly Tongan, which is hilarious because I was like, man, learning a second language would be really useful. Maybe I should learn Spanish. And then
yeah,
there's
but
like
where
two
you
people
work, no
that-
one cares.
Yeah, well, yeah, but they do that though. I asked them, I'm like, you guys are always talking shit in Tongan, aren't you? And they said, yeah. And I was like, fuck, you little bastards. And it's like that. It's annoying, It's
I mean,
not.
yeah.
It's not that you're a racist for thinking that it's annoying.
And
It's
it
that
is
it's-
rude to, when people are around and you're talking a language that not everyone knows what you're saying. It is technically rude to do that. But that's just an etiquette thing, not a...
Yeah.
Well, you know what they're doing when
But,
people do that too, though. You know they're
right.
talking shit. 100% of the time they're talking shit.
But when back when I was in elementary school, I had a couple close friends who were both Spanish or Mexican, and then their mom would get mad at them for speaking Spanish around me and my brother when we were hanging out because she was just telling them, "Oh, it's rude to do that," but I didn't care. But
Yeah.
It's because you probably knew they're like little white bitch.
no, we were really good friends for a while.
I call my friends bitches all the
I
time.
mean, yeah, same.
Yeah.
The other thing, though, what I don't see why it matters is it kind of seems like the people who speak Spanish are all kind of grouped together anyway,
Yeah, it's
and they're
it's,
just
yeah.
talking to each other because obviously they're like a friend group.
Right, if you're going to... Yeah.
So why does it matter whether or not they're speaking English or Spanish? It's not like they're talking to anybody else.
It's not like a group of white Americans go live in another country and then I get together and just talk in their language that not as many people know. I mean, it's hard to get away with in English because everyone knows English,
Or at least
at a
some.
certain age. But,
Yeah.
but it's just like when you are a minority in a workplace, or if you're a minority, somewhere else, a different country, you're automatically like a closer knit group because you have shared experiences. And when you are the minority, it's people tend to. It's just a thing, people tend to treat you differently.
Yeah, there's like a bunch
I've
of
experienced
Hispanic
that
people in my
firsthand,
group.
but in a country where Americans were looked good, people like Americans there, but still you're treated differently because you're on the outside. And so it's when you do find someone else who's American there, you do, oh wow, like you feel that immediate like camaraderie and like you want to band together type of thing.
Yeah.
Because humans are tribal by nature.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's really as much of a thing here because
No.
it's like 40% Hispanic. So like, I don't feel like they're like, oh my god,
And-
another Mexican.
down in Arizona, I feel it's a little bit more.
It's probably even more.
Yeah. But to him, like, do what you want to do. If you want to find another job, you can find another job. But you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, that is a pretty brutal policy, though.
Yeah.
But I
like
mean,
Gabe
how,
said,
I don't
you
know.
learned Spanish and joined the revolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
So that
how
sounds
else,
like a lot
That's
of
what
fun.
I recommend.
I don't know how else you can approach that though, because it's clearly creating problems on in the workplace.
Well,
Right.
like I
If you
said,
can, the best way would probably be to approach your boss or your manager and be like, "Hey, you should probably like either hire someone that speaks Spanish to like manage them,
or you
like
learn
Cam said,
Spanish.
or be like,
And like what
You
they
shouldn't
were-
do that
I mean, they
'cause
know they're swearing.
you're fucking
They
yourself."
know that they're cursing people out already. It's just like
Yeah, you just have to do something about
just
it.
if you would say, "Hey, you don't talk like that," and give them a warning, and then just treat it like you would, like you normally would. Just follow company policy, and then that itself should start to fix it. And then it's not like you're going to stop them from speaking Spanish when you're out of earshot. You're not going to stop,
Yeah,
people
it's not-
speaking
Well, 'cause they're
English
still
from
gonna
cursing
say that in
people
earshot.
out. You're not going to stop people who speak English from cursing people out out of earshot. Like even where I'm at work, like sometimes we swear a little bit, and I sit right outside of the COO's office, and one time he had to yell out, "Hey, watch what you're saying out there," and I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, I've had that at my bosses too. I'm like, motherfucker. Hey!
I mean, it's just like people are people. Like you're gonna curse out, you're gonna do stuff, and regardless of the language, and if it's disrupting the atmosphere at work, then treat it like that. You just can't say you can't speak a language at work.
Yeah, I think that's probably the
What is it? Crap. I'm drawing a blank. Not social justice warrior thing, but I don't know. I'm not pulling the correct word. I'm super fucking tired. But it's, the nice thing to do. But let's just see how
the
it goes.
PC thing to
Yeah,
do?
the PC. That was what I was looking for. It's the PC thing to do. Of course, it's a private workplace. And so they can, say what they want to say, put their workers through. But they have to accept the revolution that's coming.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one because you want to do something about it, but I think Cameron's right. The only thing you should do is just punish them for what they're saying.
I mean, just hold everyone to the same standard. You don't have to say,
Yeah, but now it's going to be, if you do that, now you've already opened the door for, getting in trouble for being racist,
Right.
for saying you can't speak Spanish.
right.
So you should have never done. She should have never done that. That's
That was
stupid
just a
plan.
dumb move on her part. I wonder if she ran it past her higher ups.
Probably
I
not.
understand the sentiment.
Right. You understand the
I-
sentiment, but again, it was done the wrong way.
Yeah, and I agree with the sentiment to a degree. 'cause
Right.
It's annoying and it's disrespectful and it's fucking rude. But at the same time, especially when they're talking shit about
I mean,
people.
we also have to look at it as, he's working there. He has a degree, and he's maybe looking to go somewhere else in the company itself. But call center jobs, people tend to not treat super seriously in the first place anyway. So
Yeah.
True.
It's already a shithole, though, so, no need to make it worse.
yeah.
People like that.
Next, they're going to say no talking English, so just be careful.
No speaking unless you're on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then people start using ASL.
I was going to say, yeah, it's all.
Once they, once they told me no more gaming, I had to leave. That's my call
You and your
center
fucking
experience.
job,
Wait, what
but you
happened?
watch movies and play games.
Yeah, I
Is that
basically...
actually why you left?
No, I left because I wanted to make more money. And now I do. And I also I can sense when things are going to go down, and so I leave, and then it went
Dog in
down.
a storm.
Yeah, and it went down, and so I survived the fall, and it was nice because
I like this shirt too.
I got to play a bunch of stuff, but then it was not nice because it ended shortly after I left. So, but we didn't have anybody doing that kind of stuff. We kind of all did our own thing.
Yeah.
And, it was really fun when I had to play. Well, I didn't have to play it, but when I played Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories on my PSP, because the disc was fucked up, so I had to hold the PSP like above my head.
Like
and
I remember
horizontal.
those days, yeah.
And so, like, I'd be in there playing, and, like, if anyone came in, I'd have to, like, drop it and, like, hide it for a second until they left our little cubby area, and then I'd, like, lift it back up and just, like, play.
But then you guys would just fucking play board games.
Oh, yeah, we did, like, Risk and Game of Thrones
Like,
Risk.
it was,
We
like,
did
ridiculous.
fucking
He maybe did, like, maybe
Settlers.
3 to 4 hours of work a day, and the rest of it would just be fucking around.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
I'm sick of busting my balls for 9 hours a day. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Right. No, I get that. But in America, if there's only 4 hours of work, they only pay you for 4 hours of work.
I'm salary, so I get paid for everything.
Right, but then they'll cut your salary to match.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Yeah. It was beautiful. And then we would, like,
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing.
I would interrupt.
Good times.
I'd have
playing
my,
300.
yeah. Oh, yeah, that was great, dude.
I've never had anything like that at my
haven't
current
either.
job.
That phalanx level was,
There was,
fucking brutal.
There was like a few months there where I had to do 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. just because we were so behind.
Yeah.
But that's also part of why
Isn't
they
that
started
when you were like
compensating
setting
me.
up?
Yeah, that's also why they started compensating me appropriately. So no complaints.
Yeah.
I'll put in the work for that change. You know?
Exactly. It's like in my job where it's like, they're like, why do you use so many call outs? Because it makes me rich.
Because it makes you a lot more money.
I get loaded, yeah.
I mean, it's like what when you do a call out, you're probably out there for 2 hours, maybe.
Not
doing
even
it.
that, dude. I
And
go to
you're
the store.
making-
I live 10 minutes or 5 minutes away from my place I work.
Yeah.
I drive in. I sit there for like maybe 30 minutes. Someone comes in. I look some up and I give it to them. So
Yeah.
I get $75 base for just going in,
You're right.
and then whatever the part costs. And if it's after midnight, it's $135.
Damn. See,
That's
that
great.
that is great.
It's awesome.
I was thinking about maybe since I got a new car, maybe driving Uber to make some extra change, but I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It'll depreciate the value of my car faster.
See, I thought about DoorDash as well because I feel like DoorDash isn't as bad either.
But yeah,
It's just for a little extra.
I just need to
coin.
find another way to start making more money.
Bro, you
Yeah.
gotta start stripping.
Is that the only question we had?
Yeah, that's it. So, what do you guys want to talk about?
Not have anything on the Discord.
Do we want nothing on the Discord?
I don't know.
Well, I guess we should look then.
We probably should.
Yeah. Probably.
Shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Shouldn't we?
Oh, Conan Exiles paid expansion coming out
What is it?
second half of the year. No, they've only said that it's happening.
What kind of expansion? Like the expansions that they've had before, where it only adds like armor sets and shit.
Yeah, no. There's some questions here in the
I don't know.
Discord.
Fire them off.
So all we answered last time was did we ever fall in love? And the next one is from T. Jolo. In any job where you have had to interact with customers, what is the worst one that stands out? If not a customer, then a coworker or workplace incident.
Oh man, yeah, that hits a little close to
No,
home.
you're talking to a group of people who've all had jobs where you had to have associate with,
I'm still in that job.
and I'm
Yeah.
technically
I'm a
still in that
salesman.
job too. So yeah.
Yeah. I've worked in a gas station, so I've seen some shit.
So do you have your worst story you can pull out? I think I've heard it before.
Yeah. Okay. I don't remember all my interactions because they all just blur together as fucking the scum of the earth. But there was one where it was like super late at night, just a little bit before I was about to close, and this chick comes running into the gas station, fucking only wearing her bra and panties.
Hell yeah.
And her panties are soaked with blood.
Hell
BT
no.
dubs. She grabs some tampons and then just runs to the bathroom.
I mean,
And then her boyfriend comes in as I was like staring after her, like, what the fuck are you doing? And then he's like, what are you staring at? I'm like, the chick who just stole tampons? Like, what the fuck, man? And then he's like, well, I'm just going to pay for them. I'm like, okay.
It's just like you saw her run in. Yeah, she was in her panties and just a bra. But yeah, it's a very unusual thing to see, and he's immediately like, "Oh, what you fucking looking at?" I'm like, this very awkward situation that's unfolding before me.
It's not like you're like, "Did you see the rack on that chick?" Like, no, you're like, "Holy shit!"
It's like, first of all, why is this chick basically naked? Second of all, why is she running into the gas station instead of you? And third of all, like, why is she not at home?
Well, yeah, because she has to clean up.
Craig,
though.
everyone knows that when you have your period, you have to get naked.
No, she probably has to clean up a little bit too.
She's probably full.
But I understand her needing to run in.
Like,
But his immediate jealousy or his immediate like jumping onto you.
Oh, I know. I was just like,
I'm like,
because you're still women. Craig.
First off,
feel it.
Back the fuck off, man. This is a fucking weird ass situation happening.
Yeah.
There's like, I'm not gonna be like running in there after her type of thing. You need to fucking cool it.
Yeah,
and fucking pay for those.
The only answer to that question is whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah,
I'm calling 911 for stealing tampons. Like,
yeah.
Dick. Yeah.
Oh man, you should. One of my favorite one-liners that you said was that one time a dude came in and was pretty dead. He's like working hard, and then your response was,
I don't even remember.
You said you could say I'm working something like I'm working as hard as I can be.
I thought it was.
You phrased it better.
I thought it was going to be the.
It was your last
squeegee,
garbage can.
Oh yeah, it was all right. It was my last garbage can. It would only take me like a minute to change it out and then throw it away because the garbages were like right next to me. And there was one guy like waiting in there, and he just barely walked in. And they're like, "Oh, you have a customer." I'm like, "He can wait like a minute. Like, fuck off."
Yeah,
the customer's always right.
And then the fucking Joe and Schweiss are just laughing their asses off like I'm a lazy piece of shit. Like, no, I'm doing my job. They're distracting me. I was on my last fucking garbage.
In Craig's defense, I've at a gas station. I have had to wait like 5 minutes while another attendant was off cleaning something. And
plus,
when they walk in, they just like, "Oh, sorry, like I didn't see you there," but they totally knew I was there. They just needed to finish that one thing before they could come in.
It's like, I'm the only one there. Like, I can't have anybody, like, as a backup. So it's like, I gotta get stuff done when I can get it done. People can wait, like, a minute or two. Especially if there's only, like, one guy. It's fine.
It wasn't us making fun of you for being lazy. It was the quotable, they
can wait.
Yeah,
it's just
that was what made us laugh.
It's just how mad you get at stuff.
Yeah.
Well, obviously I was mad. More fuckers put the goddamn washer wand things in the fucking garbages.
Oh, man. You should have fucking taken a picture of every single one being in the garbage can, like a short video.
Oh, dude, you know what else
that would have blown
get
up?
me?
That would have blown up online.
Dude, fucking when I worked at that gas station in Orem too, like you would find cigarette butts everywhere but the fucking garbage.
Well, yeah, everyone knows.
Literally, they'd be all over the fucking like gas pumps.
How often,
literally all over the gas pumps.
How often do
not in the garbages.
People spill gas all over the ground?
Not that often. I've only had to clean up gas spills like 3 or 4 times in my entire.
There was this one time I was
station
pumping
job.
gas, and I'm pretty sure it was at your gas station, but it was when you were no longer working there. The one down University, but I was pumping up, and this one dude was talking on his phone and stuff, sitting at the front of his Jeep and not like near the pump at all. And so I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden I just hear this wet splashing noise. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I look down at my thing, and it's not coming from there. And I look over, the dude's gas tank is just fucking gushing gas everywhere. And so I'm like, I fucking jump over there, like past like the little median thing, and turn off his gas pump, and he like whips around to like look to see what I'm doing with his car, and then I'm just standing there in a fucking puddle of gas, and after taking his thing out, and I hand him the fucking nozzle, and he's like, "Oh," and he just starts on the phone, "Dude, my gas tank was just overflowing," and then just nothing to me, and then he drives off, and then I'm just sitting there squelching with gas-laden shoes, and I'm like, "Hey, dude, just spilled a fuck ton of gas out there." And then the dude looks out and goes, "Oh, thanks." And then I try to wash my shoes off, but you just never get the smell of gas.
I'm a fucking hero.
Yeah. I man, there was one time
no one cared.
There was this guy who, this isn't related to the question, but there was this guy who, like, in the morning, super early, I was going up to France to drive my route in Murray, so I left at like 3 in the morning. There's a guy that was like, yeah, sorry, man, I've got no money. Can you give me some gas? And I was like, yeah, I guess that's fine. He's like, can you give me like $5 in gas? And then it was early, so no one was there. And I just like paid for it. And then he started filling up. And then like I walked out because I was grabbing some tea. And then I walked out, and then he's like, all right, thanks, man, thanks. And then he just takes off really fast. And I was like, motherfucker. So I walk around to his side of the pump, and it's like $35 worth of gas. And I'm like, that little cunt, man.
Yeah, that's why you walk in with him and pay for it at the register.
I should have done that, yeah. But then I was like, little bitch, man. I'm fucking this guy. Ooh. Worst experience with a customer. There's oh, man. Oh, fuck. Toddle Tunes, man. This fucking... All right, this fucking... When I worked at my job that I did almost nothing, me and Dwayne, my old roommate, we had, like, an adversarial relationship with a company called Toddle Tunes. It is the most bullshit company that's ever existed. It's just adults playing music with children there, and it's somehow supposed to help the children. Like, and this person on Twitter was the most vile, evil fucking human being ever.
Do you have the tweet saved?
No. I could just look at their shitty website. And okay, look at this. Toddle Tunes, music for all ages.
That dude's a molester. You can see it in his face.
That's
Really can.
There's
that's
like
an aggressive thing to say after we've named.
Look
the
at
name
his
of the company.
face. Oh
Yeah.
shit! I don't know.
So I won't say that, but whoever is this person, whoever was on their Twitter, they have like 1 million followers. It's like a ton. I don't actually believe that that's true. I think they bought most
Where
of them.
they at? Based out of-
California.
Then that makes sense. To
So
me.
on the bottom it says kids rock 6 ages and up. So how old is like up? Can I go in and be like, I want to learn Toddle Tunes?
I think so.
We should all go.
I
We should all go and learn.
see. That's the only thing I ever saw was the baby and the piano, and I was like, "Fuck." Yeah, 4 to 6 toddler, infants to 4 years. They have toddler classes. I'm like, look at that! Look at that! Who pays for that? Oh, I'll hold your baby and play a guitar.
No. I'm sorry. Did that say $2,000?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
it's
it's
220.
200. Okay,
That's still
I was about to freak out.
no.
I
That
was
is
like,
still
what
$200
the
more than it fucking should be.
It's for 12 classes.
I mean, $200, $220 for 12 classes. I mean,
I guess that is
It's not
20
like
class.
the kids actually learning how to play music.
I know that's the thing.
You're paying for a babysitter for an
That's the
hour.
thing. It's not real. So I got, and they would come in and they
I
would
don't know.
just
Maybe I don't know.
they would just be vicious and disgusting, and they'd be so.
Yeah,
they would be like,
that's
"Oh, I'm
not
going to
cool.
turn you into da 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 da. We're going to call the BBB. I'm going to sue the shit out of you because this feature doesn't work the way I want it to." And it's like, and every time they would come in, dude, like it would go into the queue, and I would just sink, and I'm like, oh. And so me and Dwayne would have to like take turns, and every like 6 months, he would just be like, "Hey, Caleb," and I'd be like, "What?" And he's like, "Toddle Tunes." It's like,
Start drinking. You're
man.
just pulling it out, just going, fuck.
like I was having a great fucking day, and now this fucker has to come in.
fuck from the cubicles, and then no English on the floor.
Yeah. Oh man, these people are vicious, man. They are hate.
They are hate.
They are hate. Yeah, they're so bad. And like every time they would come in, it would just be, oh, I'm going to sue the shit out of you. Oh, I'm going to call this person. I'm going to call that person. We're going to get the FEC or FTC in here. And like, it's like, Jesus,
Not
man.
a risk game.
Yeah, like Toddle Tunes is gonna strong arm the FTC.
Yeah.
Because then they'll do like an insight, and they're like, "You're not doing shit. You're
And it
stealing
would-
from people."
It would always devolve. Like, it would always be like an endless, like, hey, we can get someone on the phone to call you. They're like, no, I'm already talking to somebody. And then, like, they would just be like, no. And then eventually it would just simmer out. And they would just kind of, like, not say anything.
Yeah.
That's how it went every single time, and I was just like, oh, I hate this person. I hate this human being. They're so nasty on Twitter. They're just fucking terrible.
Yeah.
That was probably the worst that I
We should
ever
get
really
Gephardt to
came into.
investigate.
Yeah.
Bottle tunes.
I mean, yeah. I don't have anything like that.
Doesn't he only do Utah businesses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any
Send him out
experiences
to
with
California.
Yeah, I'll
with
pay for you to
customers like
go. $20 flight.
like Toddle Tunes, or like I've never had to work retail to the same extent you have, Craig. But I mean, where I do work, I'm not going to name company names because that would be bad. But there's always a handful of companies who don't bring in a ton of business, but they think complaining the loudest will get them
Yep.
what they want for like not having to pay money. I'm like, we're trying to like be a business over here. You bring in like our company like what? Maybe $5,000 to $10,000 a month, and you think you can make demands like this?
Yep.
Like, no, you can fucking pay full price for this. I don't care how much alleged business this is going to bring you. If it's going to bring you that much business, and then us that much business, then fucking put down the money.
Yeah.
You got to pay to make money, man.
I agree.
But then they usually go over our head, and then the account managers will have to deal with it, and then they'll decide whether or not they get it for a discount or for free. But see, that affects our bottom line and our goals, so
Yeah.
not theirs.
Yeah.
No, agreed. It's people just being shitty. Like with that, if a customer ever comes up and is like, "Hey, you're gonna give me a deal," I
But
automatically mark it
then,
up. 20%.
oftentimes, we will work with our bigger players, the one that bring in
Yeah.
quite a bit of money a month. Yeah, we have a lot of mutual business, and then if it's like, yeah.
Yeah, the problem is they want to be the big boys, but all they are is like pencil dicks.
See, in
And
my
they-
industry, though, it's very much like the larger companies will start to snap up the smaller ones, and the smaller to middle ones really have to like make a name for themselves in a small area to stay in business and afloat, or else the bigger ones are going to snap them up. Right. So that's kind of how it is.
Oh, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
It's very weird because everyone who uses our platform are technically competitors, and yet they do kind of have to work together in some ways. So it's kind of a weird dog eat dog / scratch your back, scratch my back type of
Yeah.
thing.
That's what it is in my industry that I'm working into. Is It's
Yeah.
like everyone's considered technically a competitor, but
Yeah.
what do you do?
Yeah, but do they get together and try to form like a large section of them working together to try to strong arm your company to making changes that they want them to have made?
Well, one does because he's a good customer.
Okay.
And he's actually like hooked up with another customer like that's kind of down the road from him.
Mhm.
And yeah, we kind of give him a little bit of the same price because they do it through each other.
But all in all, I love my job. I love what I'm doing, even though it saps all of my willpower day to day.
this wouldn't be a job if it wasn't.
Yeah. I don't mind mine.
I don't know.
It's a lot of time.
Yeah.
I've been working overtime like a fucking motherfucker all year. But
Yeah.
gotta
Customers,
catch up to Cameron somehow.
customers suck. That's kind of line.
What about you? You probably have a good story.
God, I have so many people. There was one guy that always came in and he was just always like, bitch. And he'd be like, I need a quote for this. And so you'd give him the quote and then he'd go to like our Salt Lake location and they'd like knock like $30 off it. But then I just found out he died, so that was cool.
A little aggressive
I don't
today.
care.
I know.
So I'm not going to see him anymore. It was great.
But what about that one person who you gave her the parts, but then she comes back and says you didn't give her the part? I remember you getting super worked up about
was
that.
that the one I was telling you? Like she just like hung out.
Yeah.
Oh, this fucking bitch. Okay, so I get off at 6:00. Like that's my time to leave. I'm salary, so my give a fuck ends at 6. Like 100%. I know when I'm done. So this lady comes in and she's like, her ringtone was like, "Oh God is a righteous God." So she's crazy, like already, like
Yeah.
she's crazy. Well, so she comes in, like asks me to look at this part. I'm like, sure, like it's like $5.50. I'm like, whatever. I got 10 minutes. Like, go ahead and do it, find it. And then like I tell her what it is. She's like, well, that's not what's wrong with my truck. And I was like, nope, that's it. That's what it is. That's what you're telling me. Like it does this and this. This is what it is. What it is. She goes, no, they told me at this other place it wasn't that, so it can't be that. And I'm like, hey, well, it is. I'm telling you right now, like with what you're telling me, like this is what's wrong with your thing. Well, then she gets mad. She calls her her boss, he calls and is like, my lady says that you're not helping her. And I'm like, I told her what it is. So she takes part.
Yeah.
And then, like, she proceeds to try to talk to me for 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
About what?
Her life? I don't care. Like, I'm not paid to care.
Well, see, the people you have to associate with are people who are on the road a large, and so they're like social interaction.
I hate him. I hate him so much. And there's this other guy. I think the worst. The worst was a dude who tried to steal shit from our store.
Yeah.
It's like he wanted to see. So they call me the sheriff at my job now because I stopped a robbery. So this dude like comes in and like wants this like sensor,
Right.
and he looks at it, and he goes, yeah. I told him much. They're expensive. Like we're at my industry is an expensive industry because it just is. Like it's how it is. Well, so he looks at it and he's like, well, I don't want this, but I want like this part. And I was like, cool, I'll bring you up. So as I'm grabbing his paperwork on the printer, he palms it and he switches the old one into the bag and takes the new one. And so I wasn't paying attention. As I go put the thing back up, I look at it and I'm like, oh, this is the old one. I'm like, I'm not getting like $150 taken out of my check because this is broken. So I chase this bastard down. I'm like, hey! And he like looks at me and like keeps like walking fast. I'm like, hey! And he stops. And I'm like, bro, where's that sensor at? And he's all, well, I don't know. I'll let you assume what his race was in a second. But he goes,
Jeez.
I'm so sorry. But he's not doing the accent because he's like, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, bro, where's the sensor at? And he goes, oh, you don't know. You crazy. You racist. You don't know. I'm like, bro, I'm Mexican. Like, just give me the fucking part back.
Did he give you the part back?
No. So he like comes in, check this out. So he like follows me. I'm like, bro, let's go. And he's like, well, I gotta go. I said, you're walking with me back to the store right now. And he goes, no, man, you're crazy. I said, you're coming with me right now. I'm calling the cops. And so he's like, fine, whatever. And so he's walking. As he's walking, he's like touching his pockets and he's like kicking grass. Like he took his old sensor and just like threw it in the grass. And I'm like, no, you need that. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, oh, maybe I dropped it. And I'm like, you didn't fucking drop it. Like, bro, come on. Like, seriously? And he's like, no, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. And I'm like, get in the store. So he's like looking through things, like looking
Right.
all over the place, right? Like, and I'm like, bro, where is it? I'm like, dude, just give it to me and I'll let you go. That's all I want. I just got to split my stock back. That's it. Well, so this dude like sits there and he goes like this. He just like goes like that and does his pants. And he's like, I ain't got nothing, man. I ain't got nothing. And I'm like seeing his pubes and I'm like, bro, come on. Like, no. And at that same time, one of my drivers walks in and he goes, well, fuck, I'm going home. And he turns around and walks away.
You're like, dude, no.
Come back. And so, yeah, long story short, like, he's like, I'm like, dude, you're going to pay for it. And he's like, fine, I'll fucking pay for it, man. You're a fucking racist. And I'm like, okay, I'm like, well, tomorrow we'll go through, like, the camera. If you didn't steal it, I said, we'll refund you, and I will 100% apologize to you.
Yeah.
Like, 100%. And he goes, whatever, man, don't even fucking bother, man. And I'm like, no, dude, like, I'll apologize, and we'll refund you. And he's like, no, you fucking bother. I looked at the camera the next day, and he 100% stole it.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck this, dude.
Yeah, there was a guy who at the Maverick over there. I saw him like pocket it was like a fucking sandwich or something. He like walked over to the thing, and I was watching him because he was like acting really weird.
Right.
And like he walked over and he like grabbed one, and then he grabbed another one, and he like looked around and he just tossed it into his hoodie. And then he walked up to pay for it, and he was paying like at the same time as me. And I was like, I told the guy at the register, I was like, hey, that guy just like stole something. And the guy was just like, oh, just kind of like laughing and like smiling, not actually listening to anything that I was saying. And I was like, well, fuck you guys.
Yeah, for
I mean,
real.
if he's stealing sandwiches.
Yeah, but he paid for one of them. He paid
Right.
for like a drink and then one of the sandwiches. And
So he has money, Cameron.
I know he paid for one of them, but I mean, when you're stealing food items, like, yeah, I don't know.
I hate customers,
I
dude.
probably would have paid for it.
I was thinking, after I left, I was like, I probably should have like
I don't know.
told him that
If they didn't care, then they didn't.
Yeah, I was
care.
gonna say if he was like ignoring you, I'd be like, yeah, fuck him too, bro.
Yeah. It's just annoying because I don't know. I just think it's annoying. People think that they're owed things, and
Yeah.
like I've seen people online say stuff about like, you know, if you see someone stealing this and then they're this, you should just not say a word. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that thing. I know what you're talking about too.
or
that
you
one
could
post.
pay for it instead and not be a useless piece of shit.
Like if I see someone steal something, like depending on what it is, I'm definitely gonna say something about it. But if it's food, I'd feel more inclined to just pay it for them, because if they're gonna steal fucking food, I don't know. I think that's like, it's not like they're trying to make money off of it. They just want to fucking something to eat.
Yeah, I mean, we have to have rules and things.
Yeah,
though. Like, and you can't.
I mean, I'm still gonna say, hey, that dude just took a sandwich. I would tell someone that, but I don't know. Something inside me would just pay it for him.
Yeah, and that's a much better way to do it. But I don't. The problem is that there are people that think that you should just let it go, and
Right.
I'm like, no, I don't think you should.
And
Because
then,
the whole system that we live in operates on the idea that people are trustworthy, and when that
Right.
trust is broken, it no longer functions. So
Right. And see, I usually don't give panhandlers any money, but if they ask for food, like I will get them food.
Yeah, bro. If they have a dog, I feel really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just like in Utah, I know there's a ton of stuff to help people get out of homeless situations, and a lot of them elect not to use it for whatever reason. But if they need food or something like that, yeah, for fuck's sake, I'm gonna give them some food.
yeah, I just
The
remember.
reason they don't use it, Cam, is because they get a shitload of money.
Yeah, that
Especially in Orem, I knew some homeless guys who would come by my gas station all the time.
and
which reminds me of another thing related to the question. So there was this guy who would always come in to, and he was a homeless guy. He would always come in to buy the cheapest cigarettes that we had every time, and I hated this guy because he would fucking like mumble talk. His voice was like basically completely gone. He tried to steal stuff all the time.
right.
And one time he got caught in the that IHOP that's like right next door. He was fucking taking tips off the tables to pay for his cigarettes.
Nice.
Probably so fucking mad.
Class.
Yeah, we banned him from the store and we kicked him out multiple times. He was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, the homeless guys, they make a ton of money and they don't really care.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
found out my sister was panhandling a little bit ago.
God.
Really?
Yeah, she didn't have enough money to pay for her storage unit that has all of her stuff in it. Yeah, I ended up paying her one bill so she could get her stuff out.
Yeah, there was. I remember there was one guy when he would go. He would panhandle on the University Avenue State Street intersection in Orem. It's kind of like right where Burlington is, and like that area.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend at the time, she worked at the sandwich place right there.
Yeah.
And she would see this guy who had a sign up that said like, oh, new father, out of work, need help and stuff. And he would be throwing away all this baby supplies that people would send to him because he was lying about it.
Yeah, I heard
That
about
was
that
like-
too. Like the couple homeless guys that I knew that I was actually kind of friends with told me about that. They were like, "We're gonna go beat that guy up."
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I said. I said, like, if I ever saw
There's
that,
a code.
I would
I
Yeah.
guess, yeah. There's like the
man's
hobo
got to have a
code.
code.
That was a big problem in the UK when I was over there too.
Yeah,
Was,
I
like,
would beat the shit out of
homeless
that guy
people would
if I
fight each
saw
other
him.
for spots, and like there's just one like lady like she would say she was homeless and like pretend to do it all, but we fucking saw her husband drop her off in a BMW and she got out and just like went to her spot and we're like,
Did she like have makeup? Did she like look disheveled when she did
I
that?
mean she looked old,
Oh.
like she was like an older like ethnic woman, like just like wrinkly features kind of like that, and she just and it worked. Like people gave her money all the time. Like we'd sit there and just like
Yeah,
watch.
because
and I'm like, I see the
people-
BMW. Like,
People prey upon others' generosity.
Yeah, and there's
And
part of
yes,
it's their
I'd be suckered into
responsibility for being stupid and gullible.
Mm-hmm.
But also at the same time, that's just such a piece of shit
It's
person
dishonest.
that
I don't know if it's this way everywhere, but again, like Utah has really good programs for getting people back on their feet,
Right.
And they elect not to use it. Like even like one time, I was walking to where my mom was working at the Food and Care Coalition. It's one of those centers in
Yeah.
Provo,
Yep.
and I was walking there, and a dude was walking away, and he was talking to me. As we're waiting at the crosswalk, and I'm like, "Oh, so why aren't you going over here to stay the night?" And like, he just goes there for food. He's like, "Oh, they don't let me like drink and do other stuff there, so I'm not going to stay there." I'm like, all right. I mean, it was his choice. He's choosing to not take advantage of the resources.
Yeah.
And that is his choice. He's free to choose what he will.
Yeah, I mean, that's the hard thing about a lot of these guys. They don't want to play by the rules, and they think that
And that's
it's, like,
fine. They can
restrictive.
live that life, but then
Yeah.
that's why I won't give money most of the time.
I won't
That's why
either.
I will never give money.
I have bought people food before, but
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to give you money. Like, you can fuck off. Like, you're not taking my money. You know, you can, especially when there are more help wanted signs now than I've ever seen in my life in Utah, and it's like, you know, I just don't have any sympathy anymore. Like, there's just nothing there.
Back when I worked at the Little Caesars in Springville, every now and then the homeless guy would come by, and the manager there, he'd like let him do stuff like pick up trash and sweep the parking lot and stuff like that for a free pizza and stuff like that, which is awesome.
Yeah. He's just seeing like, oh man, can't be letting all these homeless people come and
No,
get their
to say what
pizzas.
you will, he was such a weird guy, but you know, I did like what he did for that.
He's like, what if they tell all the other homeless people, Cameron?
Okay, this is
What are we gonna do?
this manager, by the
Once
way.
a day.
Once he figured out I lived just like a block away, he would fucking knock on my door to get me to come cover some
God.
shift.
Are you serious?
Yes. He would call and I would be like busy doing stuff, right? Cleaning or to do whatever on a fucking weekend. I'm in high school, by the way. And he would walk up and then knock on my fucking door to get me to come into work.
I'd be like, no.
Fuck that.
I'd
There
go
was
back to work.
the
You
one.
pay me $7.25. Like you gave me a 15-cent raise to then have minimum wage jump up to $7.25. Where's my 15 cents, man?
Yeah. Dude, there was one.
God, I hated that job.
My
I
old
worked there for 3 years in high school.
my old boss at Hostess. What she would always do, and it was always when I was underage drinking, which was all the time. She would be like, she would text me, and I should have never replied to any of the texts ever, never, not once. And she would text me like, "Can you fill in for me tomorrow?" And then there'd always be a smiley face, and I'm like, "Fuck." Like, fuck you and your stupid smiley face, you useless piece of shit. Luckily, though, when Franz opened, they didn't call her because they knew she was a piece of shit. She was super
Yeah.
jealous about that. And I was like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, well, fuck friends.
Yeah, agreed. But I'm
They
glad
fucked me. They fucked me out of a decent job.
I'm
but-
glad they fucked her over, though. Yeah.
Yeah, Franz was a decent job that I got fucked out of.
Yeah, it wasn't that great, though.
I mean, yeah. I mean, in hindsight, but.
At the time, yeah.
And then also, I was super salty that when TJ and I both applied to work at that fab location for Intel over here in Lehigh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get the job. TJ did get it because his dad works there. But I didn't get it. But like, oh, but you should definitely apply again next time. I'm glad I never did because I'm in a much better place.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I moved out of France.
And now TJ has to move to Virginia because they're moving all the technicians.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
Seems like an intense move.
It is, but they didn't have enough business to keep this lab open.
It's a beautiful place to live. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know if I'd want.
he's excited about it. So
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to uproot like that, but
Right. You're leaving everything behind. That's gotta be pretty hard.
yeah.
they're paying.
He doesn't really have anything though to leave behind because he's burned about every bridge that he's ever had.
No, I wouldn't say that, but they're paying. They give a really good like moving bonus, and so he could pay off a car with that. And then they're paying for 3 months living once he moves out there. They're paying for moving everything, and so really all he has to do is find a house. And since he just sold his, he has more than enough to put a down payment. So really,
Well, it's cheaper over there for the cost of living for like the housing market, isn't it?
I don't know if it is. I mean, they give him a cost of living raise, so it's technically I think it's more expensive out there. But no, if I was in his position and I could do it, I probably would.
Yeah, I think I would move to like Georgia or something.
If I didn't have the show.
Friendship means nothing to me.
Piece of shit.
I don't know, live in another location other than Utah for a while.
Yeah,
I mean, I enjoy living here.
yeah. I mean, I would like living somewhere out there. It'd be kind of cool. Somewhere a little greener, a little more alive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, off topic by
yeah.
a long range, but I feel like we answered that question.
Sure did.
Customers fucking suck.
Yeah, they do. Scum of the earth.
Do we want to answer
Customers
another
never
one?
right.
Because we do have a couple more, or should we just save them for next time?
We can do one
Save
more.
them for next time, I think.
Which one?
What do you think? All right,
Okay,
all right,
let me
all right.
see.
Quick vote.
We've gone off topic enough that we got a decent sized episode. Once we answered 2 questions,
Oh,
which
actually,
is what we normally do.
I think these are just responses to that one guy's question. So
So we're good?
yeah, we're good.
All right, guys, 385-204-3921. That's where you can send your voicemails. Please give us more questions. We are currently out, it sounds like. You can also use the Discord channel. There is a link in both the show's Twitter as the pinned tweet and my personal Twitter as well. That's at Nude Clan Podcast and at UFF Podcast. You can go there and you can join the Discord. Join the fun. It's a great server. A lot of good stuff going on there. Yeah, it's going to be it for this time, guys. We'll see you again in 1 week.
Mankind has always been poison.
Give up on yourselves. Give up on the world.
Every puzzle has an answer. Dumbass. Kick logic out and do the impossible. Remember that.
I'm glad I met you guys. You made me pick up on things I probably would have just gone on north.